Hey everyone, this is Ben Abel. I am your instructor for English 1100 in the spring 2021 semester. I wanted to start this out with a quick little introduction. I don't want to get too in depth, but just to say hello so you can see who I am, and I'm going to give you just a really broad overview of what this course is going to entail, what I'm going to ask of you. All right, so just a little bit quickly about me. I've been an instructor here at East Carolina for a couple of years now, 2-3 years. I'm an Army kid. I grew up in all over the place, mainly in Fayetteville and North Carolina, and then spent some time in Germany and Florida, Texas. After that, I joined the Army for a couple of years, and then after I got out off of active duty, I was in the Army as a public affairs officer for the Army as a civilian for about 15 years before going to school and getting my master's degree so I could come and teach here, which I've been doing the past few years. I'm married, got a wife and 4 kids. We've got a dog. We live here around the school, near close to East Carolina. So if you guys wish I could see you guys on campus, but that's not going to happen apparently this semester, so I'm sorry about that. All right, so a little bit about this course. Primarily what I want you to understand or take away from this course is that it should definitely help you with your writing, but I really like to have you guys leave this course being a little bit more attuned to college thinking is really kind of the way I like to think about it. This is more of a college thinking class than it is a writing class. You're definitely going to get all the writing skills that I think you're going to need to be successful to start out, and when you go and take English 2201, hopefully you'll have plenty of those skills that are going to lead you and be successful into that course. But really, I want you to be a better thinker, or to at least to understand the way that you're going to be asked to think about things in the academy here while you're at school. There are 3 major essays that I'm going to ask you to do. There's a reflection essay that's going to be due here in a couple of weeks. After that, we're going to take some time, a little bit more time, a couple weeks after that, to do a rhetorical analysis, which I assume most of you probably haven't done, or at least haven't done, at least to the degree that I'm going to ask you to. That's going to be probably the most difficult assignment that I'm going to ask you to do, so prepare yourself for that. And then we're going to do our last major assignment. It's going to be pretty long, about 1,800 words, and I'm going to ask you to do a more traditional academic research paper. But we got plenty of time for that, and we're going to give plenty of opportunity to learn how to do that research and to practice the citations and formatting and all the stuff that you're going to need to do for that paper, so don't worry about it. So the text that you're going to need for this course will be the Little Seagull is the formatting manual. There's a book by a guy named Jamil Zaki called The War for Kindness, which is the pirate read for this semester, for this year. And we're gonna work a little bit with that. I'm gonna ask you to read through that. And then there's also a collection called the Pirate Papers, which is former student writing. And we're going to spend some time delving into that. I'm going to ask you guys to do some work with previous writing to get a sense of what works and what doesn't work. So because this is a completely asynchronous course, I'll spend a lot of time, well, not a lot of time, but I'm going to spend some time creating videos like this for you to kind of serve as a substitute for the lectures that I would do in class. I like to talk in class and do questions and answers, but what I really miss about being in the classroom with y'all is not so much the lecturing, but much more breaking down and giving you guys time to work in class. And then I like to come around and interact and ask questions and see how you're doing and show me your writing and that kind of stuff, and do really more hands-on, which is we really are missing with this asynchronous, and so I lament that definitely. But there will be some videos that I'm gonna create for you. Hopefully will help you. We'll give you some examples and be able to highlight some techniques that you might be able to use. We'll see as we go forward. We're gonna lean heavily on discussion boards. I'm not gonna require you to do a whole lot of those. It's not like a daily discussion board or something like that, but we'll do them enough. Not all of them will require you to respond back to your peers, but some of them will. And I'll make sure that you know which ones those are when we do those. But I'm going to also lean much more heavily on what I'm going to call class participation activities. And so this is going to be kind of a catch-all phrase for different things that I'm going to ask you to do, like, providing me your thesis, or giving me a sense of, the sources that you're going to be using for papers, or responding to your peers. The other thing that is going to be of probably you probably haven't done, at least in as much depth as I'm going to ask you to do, are peer editing and peer review sessions. And we're going to do those online. You're going to have to turn in drafts of your papers, of all 3 of your major papers, before you're done with them. And you're going to get 2 opportunities to do that, and then provide feedback to for one of your peers. And I'll tell you up front that for all of your papers, that's going to constitute 20% of the grade for that paper is your participation in those peer editing and peer review sessions. So you need to participate in those. All right, so what else? All right, so let's think about the syllabus, things in the syllabus that are going to be important for you. I'm going to ask you to read those. I'm not going to quiz you on it or anything. I'm going to expect that you're going to read it. But the things that I'm going to point out to you here that I think are going to be most important are the grade, of course, the grade scale, the grades that I'm going to give you are in Canvas are probably not going to be the grades that you're going to end up with. Meaning that I don't use Canvas for grading. So your scores will be in there, but the weighting for those for the grades that you're going to see in there are not going to be properly weighted. So I'm going to need you to understand that. Don't come to me at the last week of class and say, I had a 105,000% average. How come I got a D? It's just not the way I do it. I don't have the time or the brain power to be able to get into Canvas and weight things as properly as I need to. I do that at the end of the semester. Also, I need you to understand that we're going to be using a 10-point grading scale, which should be pretty standard across the university. Other things in the syllabus, the academic integrity policy. I'm pretty adamant about academic integrity. We're going to use not the Turnitin feature. We're going to use the plagiarism feature within Canvas to ensure that you are not plagiarizing work, that you're not borrowing work without giving credit to the original author. If I catch you doing that, it's going to be, I'm pretty ruthless about that. Because hopefully what we're going to teach you through this course are the ways that you can, all the different ways that you can provide credit to the people whose work you're using. So there's absolutely no use whatsoever for plagiarism or not giving credit to other people's work. I mean, that's kind of like the whole point of this class, is to understand how that works. So I'm going to be pretty ruthless about that. I'm going to check everybody's work with your final paper. So just don't do it, because it creates so much more work for all of us when you do that. And I'll find out. It's not hard for me. I've been doing this long enough. I know I know when things need to be cited, and I'll help you out with that. All right, so what I'm not going to have is any set office hours. Well, I mean, I will have I'm going to have Wednesdays from 12:30 to 1:30. I'll be online, and so if you want to drop in and say hello, I'll set that up as a Teams meeting or through the Microsoft Teams app. I like to use that one because it's the one that the school pays for, and the one that seems to be most flexible. So I'm going to need you to download the Teams app onto either your device, your phone, or something like that. It works pretty well for chatting and chat, email, and video conferencing as well. We don't have to bump up against time limits that we have with Zoom. So the Teams app is what I'm going to use. So that 12:30 to 1:30 time frame on Wednesdays is going to be kind of dedicated and set aside. If you want to just pop in and ask a question, that'll be great. Otherwise, I'm going to be fairly flexible between 8 and 4, 8 and 5 during the day. If you need to talk to me, just let me know. I've always got my phone or my watch on, so if you let me know, I'll give me a couple minutes to get ready to help out. I do have my kids at home every other week, so I do have some at-home responsibilities as well. So you got to kind of give me a little bit of time. give me a little bit of heads up. I can't pop on there immediately, but you know, give me some notice, and then we'll be able to meet up, and I'd be glad to answer any questions you have. I mean, I really want to be able to meet with you and answer those questions. I find it works much better than email or text or any of these other ways. Being able to talk to you face to face and see, you know, I can read a lot from body language in your face and in the tone in your voice about the questions that you might have, and I'd be more than happy to meet, video and chat and conference with you. We're going to have the weekly schedule. It will be posted to Canvas. It will be in with there'll be a syllabus and a weekly schedule, and some other information will be all kind of in an area on Canvas. And that weekly schedule is going to be helpful for you to help you understand kind of the general plan that I have for how we're going to work the week. There may be some shifting and some changing in that, but that's basically the weekly schedule that I'm going to post to into Canvas is going to be pretty much how we're going to do this semester. So that should work. And again, the Teams app, just go ahead and make sure you download that Teams app, or make sure that you're available to get on that if you want to talk to me. Zoom does work, but I just like the Teams app better. I don't know why. All right, so that's us for the spring, for English 1100 in the spring 2021 semester. I really look forward to helping you guys out. My whole goal here is to make sure that you guys can go into the rest of your semester, go into the rest of your academic career, and know how to approach writing so that the writing isn't what is going to be evaluated, but more your ideas and the thoughts and the research that you're doing. I don't want anybody to nitpick you or to tell you that you're doing the writing wrong, because it's too easy to do it correctly. All right, if you guys have any questions of me, let me know. I'm going to have a discussion board that's going to be set up in this introductions, or this first week unit, that will be for you guys to provide a video introduction, and then, you know, I want you guys to you know, explore that a little bit. If there's some folks in there that you want to have a chat with, I'd like for you guys to interact. It's helpful to me to see that you know how to get in, and that you're being a part of the group so far. So I want to see a little bit of interaction there. So again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Hit me up, email, Teams app, whatever you got. I'd be glad to have it. Glad to have you here. Take care.